Welcome to World Numismatic Finds, the channel where hidden treasures from Britain's past come to life. Today, we're diving into the world of vintage UK coins that might just be lurking in your change jar, and could be worth far more than you think. From the humble 2p of 1998 with its aged, dirty charm, to the 10p of 1968 that's travelled through decades of circulation, each coin tells a story of history, value, and unexpected fortune. We'll also uncover the timeless 2 shilling of 1951, preserved in fine condition and holding a glimpse of post-war Britain, along with the classic 1 penny of 1940, a true wartime relic still cherished by collectors. These are not just coins, they're pieces of British legacy that could transform an ordinary find into a collector's jackpot. So, keep watching, because your pocket change might just be hiding a small fortune waiting to be discovered. Let's get started up with the 1940 UK 1 penny. This isn't just a humble piece of copper, it's a living reminder of the resilience and spirit of Great Britain during one of the most challenging times in history. Many of these coins passed through the hands of soldiers, families, and workers contributing to the war effort, making every single piece a silent witness to the grit of the nation. The 1940 penny, even in circulated condition, holds immense fascination among collectors because it captures the era of King George VI, and for those with a keen eye, it can yield surprising value in today's rare coin market. The story of the 1940 penny begins at a time when the world was engulfed in conflict, yet Britain continued its long tradition of minting beautifully detailed coinage. Struck by the Royal Mint, this coin carries the proud effigy of King George VI on its obverse, designed by Thomas Humphrey Paget. His initials HP can be seen subtly below the neck of the king. The portrait displays George VI facing left, wearing no crown, a design symbolizing modesty and service rather than grandeur, perfectly fitting the tone of a nation at war. Turning to the reverse side, we find the enduring figure of Britannia, seated majestically with her trident and shield, overlooking the sea, a timeless emblem of Britain's naval might and steadfastness. The intricate details of her flowing robes and the inscription 1 penny below are what give this coin its distinct character. Despite being a low denomination, its artistic craftsmanship is admired even today by numismatists around the world. Culturally and historically, the 1941 penny stands as more than just currency. It's a reflection of Britain's endurance during World War II. The pennies circulated widely, from factories producing munitions to canteens feeding soldiers, and from post offices to local markets where rationing shaped everyday life. Owning such a coin today connects collectors to that moment in time when the nation stood united under hardship. The copper composition also tells part of the story. Metals like nickel and silver were prioritized for the war effort, so the penny remained one of the few coins made of solid bronze, making it a link to Britain's wartime economy and industrial history. Weighing approximately 9.4 grams and measuring 31 millimeters in diameter, the 1940 penny carries a satisfying heft in hand, symbolizing the quality of minting typical of pre-decimal British coinage. Many examples have suffered from circulation wear or surface dulling, yet even in a circulated state, they hold value due to their historical and sentimental significance. The fine craftsmanship, the strong relief of Britannia, and the sharp lettering all contribute to its appeal. A well-preserved example with clear details, no corrosion, and minimal wear can command impressive prices in today's collector market, especially when verified by professional grading services. Key facts that make this coin appealing include its wartime minting year, the relatively limited mintage compared to other pre-war issues, and the enduring popularity of King George VI's coinage among both British and international collectors. Coins from this period are increasingly sought after, particularly in high-grade certified by respected grading companies such as PCGS and NGC. On platforms like eBay and leading auction houses, the market demand for such coins has shown remarkable growth. In the rarest top-tier graded condition, such as MS65, examples have achieved strong values around the $900 mark, while exceptional mint state specimens verified through major grading services have sold for as high as $1,500, depending on eye appeal and strike quality. Even circulated examples in decent condition are finding eager buyers, as the nostalgia and historic value continue to drive interest among coin enthusiasts in the UK and abroad. Rarity and condition play a massive role in determining collector demand. The majority of 1940 pennies were well used in circulation, meaning pristine examples are far scarcer than they once were. Collectors value sharp detail on Britannia's trident and shield, full rim definition, and clean surfaces without corrosion. Coins stored safely over decades or preserved in coin albums can attract strong competition among bidders. With the rise of online coin auctions and social media coin trading communities, interest in these wartime pennies has surged, creating a perfect blend of historic appreciation and investment opportunity. For those seeking to start or expand their collection, the 1941 penny is a smart entry point. It offers not only historical depth but also real potential for appreciation as collector demand continues to rise. Look for coins with original luster, no pitting, and strong strike detail. Buying from reputable dealers or graded examples from trusted authorities ensures authenticity and confidence in your purchase. Whether you pick one up at a local antique fair or through an online auction, always keep an eye on condition. That's what transforms a simple penny into a piece of numismatic gold. In conclusion, the 1940 UK 1 penny is more than just a coin. It's a tangible piece of British history, a memento of courage and continuity through adversity. From its striking design of King George VI and Britannia to its wartime context and lasting material quality, this coin continues to captivate collectors and investors alike. Its increasing scarcity in higher grades, coupled with strong market interest, makes it a sought-after treasure in today's numismatic world. Whether you hold one in your hand or dream of finding one in an old jar of change, the 1940 penny reminds us that sometimes the smallest pieces of metal can carry the weight of an entire era, and, if you're lucky, they might just hold the key to a rewarding discovery. At number 2, the UK 2 shilling coin from 1951, a piece that continues to capture the imagination of collectors across the nation. This coin, often known as the florin, represents a defining period in British coinage history, bridging the gap between the silver era and the dawn of modern decimalisation. The 1951 2 shilling coin, in fine condition, still holds a certain charm with its deep historical roots, elegant design, and surprising value in today's collector's market. It is one of those coins that many people might overlook in an old jar or drawer, but seasoned numismatists know that its worth goes far beyond face value. The 1951 2 shilling coin was minted during the reign of King George VI, a monarch whose image on the obverse, or head side, portrays a striking and dignified profile by sculptor Thomas Humphrey Paget. The Latin inscription surrounding his portrait reflects the authority and reverence given to the king during his reign, a time marked by recovery and unity after the Second World War. Turning to the reverse side, or the tail, we see the crowned Tudor rose, a national symbol representing the unity of England, flanked by a thistle, shamrock, and leek, paying tribute to Scotland, Ireland, and Wales respectively. This beautifully balanced design by William Gardner symbolises the strength of the United Kingdom as one entity, proudly displaying FID Def 2 shillings 1951, encircling the emblem in graceful lettering. The craftsmanship and symbolism make this coin far more than a piece of metal. It's a miniature work of national pride and artistry. Culturally, the 1951 2 shilling coin stands as a reminder of Britain's resilience and identity in the post-war years. During this time, the country was still rebuilding, and the monarchy symbolised stability and hope. The 2 shilling piece, widely circulated yet beautifully detailed, became part of everyday life for millions of people. It passed through countless hands, used in shops, markets, and public houses, silently bearing witness to a changing society. For historians and collectors alike, it holds a sentimental value that goes beyond its monetary worth, capturing a moment when Britain was stepping confidently into a new era while still honouring its royal and cultural traditions. The coin weighs approximately 11.3 grams and is composed of cupronickel, a shift from the earlier silver issues which ended after 1946. This change in composition was significant because it reflected the economic realities of the time, with silver becoming too costly for everyday coinage. Despite this, the 1951 florin maintained the same dimensions and aesthetic appeal as its silver predecessors, preserving that sense of British heritage that many collectors still admire today. The edges are reeded, and the overall feel of the coin in fine condition remains solid and impressive, showing only light signs of wear that add to its character rather than diminish its beauty. When it comes to key facts and rarity, the 1951 2 shilling coin stands in a curious position. It was minted in considerable numbers for circulation, yet finding one today in fine or better condition is becoming increasingly difficult as decades of handling have taken their toll. For collectors, the appeal lies in both its historical context and its collectability as part of the pre-decimal series. The coin's condition plays a massive role in determining its value. Fine condition coins are still quite desirable, but when you move up to uncirculated or certified grades such as MS65, the value can rise dramatically. In the current coin market, referencing sales from platforms like eBay, NGC, PCGS, and other auction sites, a well-preserved MS65 example has been fetching values around $490, while the highest quality graded versions with strong eye appeal and superior mint luster have achieved prices as high as $1,300 in recent sales. This significant leap in price highlights how condition, presentation, and authenticity grading can transform an ordinary pocket piece into a high-value collector's treasure. Collectors who focus on British coins know that the 1951 2 shilling is more than just a coin, it's a gateway into the story of post-war Britain. Its availability in fine condition makes it accessible, yet its high-grade specimens command strong demand and impressive auction results. As global interest in vintage British currency grows, particularly among collectors from the United States and Europe, values continue to trend upward. The nostalgia attached to coins featuring King George VI, combined with the historic relevance of the early 1950s, makes this coin increasingly desirable. Investors are paying attention too, as pre-decimal coinage gains recognition as a reliable and appreciating asset within the numismatic market. For those interested in collecting, a few tips can make all the difference. Always inspect the coin's surface and details. Clear lettering, defined edges, and a well-preserved portrait of the king can significantly increase value. Seek coins that have retained their original luster, even slightly, as these tend to stand out in auctions and online sales. It's worth considering getting coins graded by trusted certification services, as this authentication adds credibility and boosts resale potential. Keeping your coins stored safely, away from humidity and friction, will help preserve their quality and market appeal. In conclusion, the 1951 2-shilling coin remains one of the understated gems of British numismatics. With its regal design, cultural significance, and the enduring popularity of King George VI's coinage, it continues to attract strong collector demand both within the UK and internationally. Fine condition pieces hold their charm and modest value, but those exceptional examples certified by reputable grading services are where the real excitement lies, sometimes commanding hundreds or even over $1,000 in the right market. So, if you happen to come across this coin tucked away in an old collection or forgotten box, don't overlook it. The humble 1951 2-shilling could be a shining opportunity waiting to reward your curiosity, a small piece of British history with big potential in today's rare coin market. At number 3, the United Kingdom 10-pence coin from 1968, found in circulation condition. This small yet significant piece of metal carries far more than just its face value. It's a symbol of Britain's great transition into the decimal age and represents a period when the nation's currency was evolving to meet modern times. Many collectors around the world now chase after this very coin, and although it may look common to the untrained eye, those who understand its background know just how rewarding it can be to own a fine example of it, especially one that has survived decades of circulation with its original details still visible. The 1968 10-pence coin was among the very first of its kind, introduced ahead of the full decimalisation of British currency which took place in 1971. It was struck under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, bearing the youthful portrait of Her Majesty designed by Arnold Machin. This elegant image of the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara became one of the most iconic portraits in UK coinage history. On the reverse side lies the heraldic design of a crowned lion, a powerful symbol of Britain's strength, dignity, and royal heritage. Designed by Christopher Ironside, this emblem represents continuity between Britain's proud past and its forward-looking future during the new monetary era. Holding this coin is like holding a piece of British history that captures the nation's determination to blend tradition with modern change. Culturally, the 1968 10-pence coin marks a significant turning point. It was part of the early series that introduced the decimal system to the public, a system that shaped the foundation of how we use money today in the UK. Its presence in circulation before full decimalisation meant it became a bridge between two monetary worlds, the old pounds, shillings, and pence, and the new decimal denominations. For collectors, this connection to a transformative period in British history gives it both sentimental and historical value. Many remember using these coins in the late 1960s and early 1970s, making it not just a collector's piece but also a nostalgic reminder of changing times in the country's economy and everyday life. The coin was struck in cupro-nickel, giving it a silvery appearance and a strong resistance to wear. It weighs 11.31 grams and has a diameter of 28.5 millimeters, making it quite substantial in hand compared to today's smaller 10-pence coins. Its broad flan and sharp details, when preserved, make it a visually appealing coin that instantly attracts numismatists and history lovers alike. Although millions were produced for circulation, only a limited number have survived in higher grades due to decades of wear and handling. Coins that remain crisp with their original luster intact are the ones that now command impressive premiums in collector markets across the UK and internationally. When it comes to key facts and collector appeal, the 1968 issue stands out because it was a pre-decimal trial release that circulated before the full decimal system began. It served as a test for public familiarity with the new coins, which makes it distinct from later issues. Collectors particularly seek examples in mint state conditions, where the Queen's portrait and the lion remain sharp and unblemished. Even in circulation condition, the coin is desired for its heritage and first-year issue status. As demand continues to rise in rare coin markets, enthusiasts have turned to reputable grading services such as PCGS and NGC to authenticate and grade their coins, further enhancing their resale value. Now, let's talk about what everyone wants to know, the current market value. In circulation condition, this coin can sell for a few dollars on platforms like eBay depending on wear and tone. However, examples that have been carefully preserved or professionally graded can fetch impressive sums. Coins graded MS65 have been recorded selling for around $750 on major online auctions, and those with superior grading or exceptional mint brilliance have even reached the $1,200 mark, particularly through private collectors and numismatic houses specializing in early decimal issues. Prices vary across trusted coin marketplaces such as NGC, PCGS, heritage auctions, and specialist UK dealers who have noted a growing surge of interest in first-year decimal coins. The demand is growing because seasoned collectors and newcomers alike are now realizing how rare well-preserved examples of this early 10 pence really are, especially given their historical role and connection to Queen Elizabeth II's early reign. For collectors looking to invest or expand their British coin collection, it's essential to remember a few tips. Always look for coins with minimal wear, clean surfaces, and a full rim. Even in circulated condition, a coin with strong details and minimal blemishes will always attract higher attention from buyers. Checking reputable auction sites for certified pieces helps gauge the market trend and identify genuine opportunities. Many experts now consider the 1968 10 pence coin a smart long-term hold, especially as public awareness and nostalgia around early decimal coins continue to rise. With prices already showing signs of upward momentum, it's a great time to secure your piece before they become harder to find in appealing grades. In conclusion, the UK 10 pence coin of 1968 is far more than just small change from the past. It's a slice of national history, a tribute to the beginning of Britain's decimal journey, and a tangible connection to Queen Elizabeth II's legacy. From its bold lion design to its cultural significance and rising collector demand, this coin stands out as a must-have for numismatists who appreciate both beauty and history in their collections. With increasing interest across auction platforms and the value of high-grade examples climbing steadily, now is the perfect time to look more closely at that old 10 pence piece sitting in your collection or tucked away in an old coin jar. You might just be holding a hidden gem worth hundreds, or even over $1,000 in today's rare coin market. So stay tuned, subscribe to World Numismatic Finds, and keep your eyes open for that shining piece of British heritage that could turn your pocket change into real treasure. ChatGPT can make Mr. At last the UK 2 pence coin from 1998, a coin that might look ordinary at first glance, especially if it's a bit dirty or worn, but could actually be a silent fortune in disguise. Many collectors around the world are now turning their attention to coins from the late 20th century, and the 1998 2 pence is one that's rapidly gaining attention in the numismatic market due to its scarcity in high grades and increasing collector interest in transitional and era strikes from this era. The story of the 1998 2 pence coin begins during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, a period that marked the continuation of decimal coinage introduced in 1971. This coin belongs to the second generation of decimal pence, bearing the words 2 pence and showcasing the familiar design that had become a staple in UK pockets. However, what sets the 1998 issue apart is the shifting mintage quality and some subtle variations that have intrigued collectors for years. During this period, the Royal Mint was refining its production standards, but a few small inconsistencies in die alignment and finish have led to some coins being classified as rare mint state examples by experts on platforms such as PCGS, NGC, and in listings found on major auction sites including eBay and heritage auctions. On the obverse side, or what we often call the head, the 1998 2 pence proudly features the portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank-Broadley, whose initials IRB appear just below the neck truncation. This was the fourth definitive portrait of the Queen, introduced in 1998 itself, making this coin the very first of its kind to bear that specific effigy, an important transition point that significantly increases its numismatic interest. The reverse side, or the tail, displays the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, with the motto ICHDN, meaning I serve, inscribed below. The design by Christopher Ironside had become one of Britain's most recognisable symbols, representing loyalty, history, and the enduring connection of the monarchy to the nation's identity. Culturally, the 2 pence coin holds a warm place in the hearts of many in the UK, being a part of everyday life for decades, used in school canteens, local shops, and tucked away in piggy banks. It might not have seemed special back in 1998, but that very ordinariness is now what makes pristine examples so desirable. Collectors love coins that carry stories from a time not too distant, when the UK economy was booming under the late 90s optimism, and the penny and tuppence were still essential coins in circulation. In terms of specifications, the 1998 2 pence coin is composed of copper-plated steel, weighing 7.12 grams and measuring 25.9 millimeters in diameter. Although this composition replaced the earlier bronze version in 1992, many still mistake the reddish hue of copper plating for pure bronze. When uncleaned and naturally aged, as in a dirty or circulated condition, the coin develops a unique patina that can either slightly dull the surface or add a charming vintage look, something collectors appreciate as an authentic sign of age rather than damage. What really makes the 1998 2p stand out in the market today are its rarity in mint state and the skyrocketing demand among serious numismatists. While a circulated or dirty condition coin might typically fetch a few dollars, the story changes dramatically for those rare coins that have survived in mint state, MS65 or higher. According to auction trackers and grading platforms like PCGS, NGC, and recent eBay sales, certified examples in pristine, uncirculated condition have reached values up to around $1,500, while the finest known graded pieces, particularly those with die variations or flawless surfaces, have fetched as high as $2,500 at top-tier online numismatic auctions. The growing collector base in the UK and overseas has created a sense of urgency around these coins, with many enthusiasts racing to check their old change jars or inherited collections for hidden gems. For coin collectors, condition is everything. Even a lightly dirty 1998 2p coin can hold potential if it shows minimal wear and strong details. Many collectors are now investing in professional cleaning and conservation services to restore the coin's original luster without damaging its surface, as this can sometimes reveal a higher grade than initially thought. The increasing recognition of modern British coins by international grading bodies has also boosted confidence in the market, transforming once overlooked pieces into highly sought-after collectibles. If you're a collector or even just a curious hobbyist, this is your chance to act while values continue to climb. Keep an eye out for coins with clear details on the Queen's portrait and strong definition in the Prince of Wales feathers. These features often indicate higher quality strikes. Storing your coins properly in protective capsules and avoiding harsh cleaning chemicals will preserve their value over time. Some collectors have even reported turning small finds from their old coin jars into significant profits by grading and reselling them on trusted platforms. In conclusion, the 1998 UK 2p coin, especially those in higher grades or preserved with minimal wear, has become a surprising highlight in the modern British coin market. What was once an ordinary tuppence could now be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on its condition and certification. Its historical context, striking design, and the fact that it marked a portrait transition year for Queen Elizabeth II all contribute to its growing prestige. So, before you toss away that old, dirty 2p coin, take a closer look. It might just be your unexpected golden ticket to the booming world of coin collecting. Stay tuned with World Numismatic Finds, where every coin has a story, and every story could be your next fortune waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to stay tuned to World Numismatic Finds for more rare and valuable coin discoveries from around the world.